opportunity to take a 12-month loan to build a single-family residence. And here's the most important part to this, G.
Mm-hmm.
That is a vital need in our communities.
Absolutely.
The construction of
Absolutely.
new homes
Exactly.
all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's where the rubber meets the road.
Exactly.
Right? Because your construction of a new home, I mean, I couldn't begin to describe to you. Let's say you do this and you get this, you go through this one. As you know, while I'm optimistic, I love to present deals to clients in a much more pessimistic manner.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
Don't blame me if I try to discourage you from doing a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will try to discourage you from doing a deal. Right? And again, influencers say this and this and this and this. We're not in that business. We're in the business to get you out on the other end, to get a exit. Bring you in this way, you can see it coming through the camera shot. Oh, there it is. And then and then you got to go out that way. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So in order to get there from the onset, you have to understand everything that could go horribly wrong with this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now,
well, that leads to my next question. Then,
yeah.
We probably got about a good 20 minutes left, RJ.
Okay.
We got to be done here before 2.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hit you with questions I think that are important in the scheme of things.
I'm gonna cut down my big answers and just give it to you in
just hit me in the face with it.
10 words or less.
No Diddy. Yeah.
Man, I don't know if you can hold me to 10 or 15 words or less.
No, you ain't gotta go. We only got a couple more good questions.
Okay.
But just kind of piggybacking off of what you just got through saying, how important is it having the right team around you when you're starting fresh and ground up new construction?
It's the whole deal. It's everything. Everything.
Exactly.
It's everything. There's a reason why lenders will not lend to you if you haven't built.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we know what you're about to get into.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
And the chances that you're not going to get out of it. So, there is a happy medium, but, lenders don't really do common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This program is a little bit more common sense. You got a good credit score. You got a little bit of money, right? You got a good piece of land. You're in a good market where we can see that the value is going to be this on the back end, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's do the deal. We're going to hold your hand a little bit, help you as much as we can, give you all the things that you need to try to help you get through it, right? Because again, what do we want? For you to win there so we can go do that again.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. All right. So how does Nationwide Capital Advisors support those new ground up construction individual investors? How do we hold their hand through the process to make them feel comfortable about the transaction that they're about to partake in because it's brand new to them?
Yes. So, that's a very important word that you just used. It's comfortable, right? We're going to strive to get you comfortable. And and again, we're not interested in being salespeople either, right? So we're not going to sell you on going forward on something that you're not going to be able to get through. So once I tell you all of the horrible things, if you're still giddy and you're still ready, then I know that we can get to the next step. Right. Your team is vital, and you're going to go through growing pains in terms of finding the right people to surround yourself with. But we're going to advise you and help you identify potential contractors and partners We're going to potentially refer people to you that we've already done business with. And we're going to try to give you all those tools to find the right people. We're going to tell you, hey, we like this person or we don't like this person, right? So you're going to get a chance to rely on us to be like that consigliere, that second in command that you can bounce ideas off of and get real feedback, right? And that goes all the way through the process, including targeting the right network, finding the right people, getting out of situations with the wrong people, because that's a part of it, right? This is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be just smooth sailing, right? It's business, and you got to be prepared to pivot and go another direction sometimes. So yeah, we're going to put in those type of contingencies. We're going to help find the right people. We're going to help vet them. We're going to give access to all of our experience and all of our tools.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, are there certain red flags we look for when first-time investors are deciding to, or when we decide to fund a project? And what's one mistake you see rookies make over and over again?
So when it comes to the type of people that we want to work with, to be honest with you, I have really one overriding qualifier, and that is an individual that actually wants it, right? And again, me being pessimistic and presenting the project in a pessimistic manner is part of filtering out individuals that don't really have the thick skin and don't really want it, right? They want that money, but they don't want it, right? So that's what we're looking for, those individuals that want. We find those individuals that really want it, and we're going to invest in them, right? Because we know where they're going. They just need stepping stones over the water so that they can get to where they want to go. So that's kind of what we're looking for. The second part of your question, I forgot.
What's one mistake you see rookies?
Got it. All right. Here is the one mistake. The mistake is falling in love with the deal. Falling in love with the deal. That deal don't love you.
Right. Absolutely not.
You can't love these deals. You can't be out here loving these deals.
Right.
If you know, you know.
Right. Exactly.
Right. So, the deal is the deal. The numbers are the numbers, right? You're going to know if we can project $100,000 profit, or if we're only going to project $20,000 profit. We're projecting $20,000 profit, but you love this. You love what you see. You love what you're about to build, right? And what you're about to do, right? And you're going to go through it no matter what, right? And when all those pitfalls and all of the things that we advise you were going to happen, that those dominoes start to fall. That $20,000 profit that we warned you was minimal, right? Now gets eaten away after the 12-month deal turns into 14, 15, 16, it's over.
Right.
17, 18, you're calling your lawyer.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
19 and 20, you might have got kicked out the house.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? So, and again, you say beginners, but I see experienced people do it too. Right? Even with the number, I've seen an investor doing a huge build in San Francisco that cost, where he needed to have $15 million to do it. Right? He only had 12. Right? So now when we can't finance him, what is he doing? Shopping around, right? And the more lenders you see, the more likely one of them is about to lie to you.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that they can get a $10,000 deposit from you, get you going down the line for you not to get anywhere.
Absolutely.
Right. So if you had 12 million, do a deal that costs 12 million, make your $2-3 million profit. Right. Instead of trying to do a deal that costs $15 million, where you're going to, make a slightly more profit, but all of the time, effort, waste of relationships, contacts, your word starts going to, trying to make something happen that was totally unnecessary, right? For us, it's all about do a deal that you can do so we can just get to the next one.
Absolutely.
The next one is coming. You don't need to do the $15 million deal when you can afford the $12 million deal.
Right.
Let's do the $12 million deal now so we can do the $15 million deal next year, please.
Absolutely.
Right? So
Absolutely.
that's it.
All right. Well, and guys, look, we're gonna bring RJ back up. I mean, more than likely, I'm gonna try to get him to come up at least once a month, unless he wants to come up more. But RJ, I'm gonna hit you with probably one or two more questions, and then we're gonna get out of here. And this can be like a two-part question. You can just kind of sum it all up. If you could give one piece of advice to someone listening who's thinking about getting into ground up construction, what would it be? And what's next for Nationwide Capital Advisors and our push into ground up projects?
If I could give one piece of advice, it's going to be find the right place to build. Find that place where the need is there, where the cost template, right, makes sense. And that means, oh yeah, in this particular city, I could buy land for 100, build for 200, and sell for 500, right? You can see those three markers, right? Land available at this price, construction costs generally at this price, ARVs are in this range, right? Find the place where that is and learn that market, right? And become an expert, and then start doing things to, well, first of all, first thing is, if you're a developer, you're a developer. Say you're a developer. Tell yourself you're a developer. Right? And then start acting like a developer.
Right.
All
That's
right?
important, people. That's important.
Yeah. Yes. And then, like I said, find the place, then start getting acquainted with the government processes.
Permitting, things of that nature.
Right? Do I got to grease somebody? Hopefully not. Right? Right? Find out what the political climate is in that particular marketplace as it pertains to building and development, right? And really start digging in there. Who are the architects? And that's going to start to build your infrastructure, right? Because again, you want to build 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a particular marketplace, because you don't want to stretch yourself out so that your contractors can become a team. Everyone that's working with you can become a team. That makes everyone more acquainted and a little bit more efficient. So that's the way where you want to go. And in terms of what's next, we're just really making a push, right, with this product, because when we're talking about improving the lives of individuals with real estate, when we talk about creating generational wealth, it's no secret that the wealthy individuals are heavily invested in real estate. It's no secret. It's no secret. Anywhere you are, right, you look around, you see people building, right? They're making money, and they're making money hand over foot. And what I mean by that is when it comes to looking at different investment strategies, um, ground up construction is one that does pretty well in terms of producing a good profit margin.
Absolutely.
Right? One thing I don't necessarily love about it, it takes a little bit longer, right? Because you're in a deal for 12 months, sometimes maybe more. We would prefer to see you in 2 deals over 12 months, right? But at the same time, the ground up construction experience is, while we're not doing 2 deals with you over 12 months and we're only doing 1, right? What's happening is you could have made that same amount of money potentially doing a flip or 2, right? 2 to 3 flips, right? In that same place. But the ease of execution when it comes to identifying the place where you can get the land, the construction cost, and ARV, that template carries over without you having to do work to look for properties.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? Because nobody's buying the land. Nobody's buying the land.
Right.
Right? You're not going to get in a bidding war over land. Right? So that's the one of the biggest benefits. But most importantly, it's an investment that we're making because we may not make as much in the short term with this particular client, but bro, that construction experience is so major that it's more beneficial to us to have an army of developers than an army of flippers.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because now we're talking about, you just built 3 single families? Let's do some 4s. Now you're learning new systems and new things. Boom, boom, boom. You just built some 4s. Let's do these 8s.
Right. Right.
16s, 50, 100. Now you're the guy on Main Street with the big 200,000 square foot mixed use development.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Where you realizing a $50-60 million profit over a 3-year deal. Right? So that's why. That's where we want to go with this construction program. This no experience program gets you the foot in the door, gets you the experience, and gets us to the next level with
you. All right, my guy.
All right.
Yeah, man, that's you was cooking, man. Good information. I can't wait to chop it up and get it out to the masses. Like I said, we'll probably bring you back up, if you're available at least once a month, just kind of talking about different products that we have, and just having a general conversation like, we're having right now. 2 individuals who's been in the industry for a very long time, who's honest, who has integrity, who's going to bring that heat to you and allow you to understand how you could potentially get into investing and build generational wealth. So once again, I thank you, RJ. Once again, RJ is one of the owners at Nationwide Capital Advisors. Give them the website and everything, just in case.
One www.nwc-advisors.com. That's www.nwc-advisors.com. On Instagram, it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, pretty much all socials, right? You can get to me at RJ Dillon CRE. That's RJ Dillon CRE, Instagram, Twitter, etc.
All right, my guy. Well, it's a pleasure. Good information that you can, clearly take. And, if you have any questions or concerns about the information today, you have me, of course, you can DM me. RJ just gave you all his information. If you want to reach out to him, he is me, I am him. So, we're not concerned about who you reach out to, as long as you reach out to somebody. And then we'll get right back to you in hopes that, we can get you on this journey to either, building things from the ground up, fixing and flipping, fixing and holding. If you're an investor who already has properties and you need to cash out because you want to buy more property, we are the guys for you. So once again, appreciate you, RJ, and I look forward to having you back.
All right, man. I appreciate you having me on. Good luck with the show.
Okay, man.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.
Peace. All right, guys. Well, we're getting ready to wrap this thing on up. That's a wrap for today's Mortgage Mayhem. We covered a ton of ground, from Trump's tax plan to real estate hacks you can actually use. Big thanks to RJ from Nationwide Capital Advisors for dropping gems on ground up construction. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on all platforms, and don't forget to check out the next episode where we be diving even deeper into the world of real estate and mortgage madness. Thanks for joining me today. I'm your host, G Money, and I'll catch you next time on Mortgage Mayhem.